The server blade pointed me deeper. The lab was here somewhere, buried underneath the steel and silence. That's when I found them. Quantum Jump Medical. Not mercs, not scavengers. Medics. Out here in the dark, chasing the same trail I was. I wasn't sure if I could trust them. But the look in their eyes told me they'd seen the same rot spreading across the Empire, and they weren't running from it. We found it. Jort's lab. Still breathing. Still humming. Machines running without masters. Notes scrawled across dead glass. Evidence piled high, waiting to be judged. The file spelled it out. Vandal biology, catalyst, and regens. They weren't just testing theories. They were blending them, trying to forge something stronger. Something that could twist regeneration into a weapon. Every log, every sample, every number pointed the same direction. Jort wasn't curing the crisis. He was building something new, something worse. They called it Project Hyperion. Officially, it was research. A program to keep regen stable. That's what the Empire was told. Me and Quantum Jump Medical, we weren't here for pay. We were here for the truth. To see what ASD left behind. Whatever waits behind this door, it's not for science. It's the beginning of something darker. And then, the proof. Proof of what they've been doing here. Not just notes on a screen. Flesh. Wired and drained. An experiment no one should have survived. I'm not sure what these are, but I'm not stopping until I find out. The trail brought us here, a door sealed tight, guarding what was left of Jordan's work. It took effort, but it opened. I found it. The heart of the lie. A body strung up in steel and wire. Not human, not even close. A vandal. Bound, carved, drained for whatever secrets his flesh could give. Jord had taken the worst enemy the Empire had ever known and drugged it into his lab to dissect. Not for understanding, for exploitation. It said this could fix regen, but standing there, I knew better. This wasn't salvation, it was desecration. And he carried his signature all over it. I wasn't the only one to see it. Quantum Jump Medical had followed me this far. Medics, not soldiers. They didn't say much, but the silence between us said enough. We all knew the crisis wasn't just a failure of science. It was sabotage dressed as research, and Jordan was still out there waiting.
Initializing Project Hyperion. Preparing Southeastern region for processing. Stand by. Commencing imprint recombination. Process complete. Power down. Data results compiled and ready for download. Recombinant sample has been delivered to freight storage for collection.
Inside there it was still. Consoles still glowed with half-dead numbers. The first set of experiments lay waiting, untouched. Catalyst, reagents, procedures written in the clinical ink. But the truth was messier. They weren't studying life, they were forcing it to change. This wasn't medicine, it was manipulation. A hand trying to shape death into something profitable. Every log, every line of data whispered the same thing. Jord was building a weapon, not a cure. Jord thought his notes would stay hidden, buried under coats, false trails. The logs don't lie. QJM saw him too. We all did.
Done? Client's gonna be thrilled. Good work.
This wasn't research meant to save lives. It was groundwork for something the Empire wasn't ready to admit. Walking with QJM through those halls, I felt it. A shift. I wasn't alone anymore. Their silence said more than words. We were all thinking the same thing. If this is what is in Stanton, then what's deeper in Pyro? You start to realize the crisis isn't a mystery. It's a cover-up. Every body they couldn't bring back. Every imprint that failed was a symptom. And Jorah was the disease behind it. QJM patched wounds. I hunted answers. Different jobs. Same fight. Out here. Maybe that's the only way forward. Keep people alive while we dig up the truth. Because the regen crisis isn't over. It's just beginning.